Sinner.
Pals!
We're watching Dune. Kristen has not seen this movie, and I wanted to rewatch this movie. She was here, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch it with her.
The outsiders race against time to avoid the heat of the day.
Oh, his eyes are beautiful.
These outsiders, the Harkonnens, came long before I was born. By controlling spice production, they became obscenely rich. Richer than the Emperor himself.
That's the best, like, surprise attack, though.
Yeah.
Why did the Emperor choose this path? And who will our next oppressors be?
Good intro.
Scary, but good. That was cool.
It's like a completely different world from the one we just saw.
If you want it, make me give it to you. Use the voice.
Mom, I just woke up. Give me the water.
The glass can't hear you. Come on, me.
Give me the water.
Almost.
Yeah.
Only the native tribes known as the Fremen have adapted well enough to survive. Little else is known of the Fremen, except that they are dangerous and unreliable. Spice is used by the navigators of the Spacing Guild to find safe paths between the stars. Without spice, interstellar travel is impossible.
That's
so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they're using spice as, like, their main...
Like their fuel.
Yeah.
But, like, for another culture, it's,
Yeah.
like, revered.
That's a very, like, unique way to go about things. No,
Yeah.
It's all about the spice.
It is all about the spice.
The Emperor has spoken. House Atreides shall immediately take control of Arrakis and serve as its steward.
That's the short version.
There is no call we do not answer. There is no faith that we betray. The Emperor asks us to bring peace to Arrakis. House Atreides accepts.
Atreides! When the emperor tells you to do something, how can you refuse?
Who is she?
You will find out.
She's, like, eerie.
How was it?
Stabilizers are too loose.
What dial again?
Thank you, my friend.
Got it.
I know this voice.
Call me, boy.
I'm like, what is this voice?
So you're going to Arrakis tomorrow.
Yo! Mr. Mama! Sir!
I'd like you to take me with you.
It would. That's too bad, because no.
How's he in this? What?
I've been having dreams.
Okay, so?
I saw you.
Ooh.
So I do find them. There you go, that's a good omen right there, right?
I saw you lying dead. Fallen in battle.
I'd be like, don't tell me that.
Right?
First off, not gonna die.
You're not taking me seriously.
That's why you want to come with me. Dreams make good stories. But everything important happens when we're awake.
I feel like dreams do kind of come into play in real life, though.
Yeah. Depends on how you want to interpret them.
Yeah.
To help you in your real life.
I mean, my sister had a dream once, and she called me because she was freaked out.
Yeah.
And said that I died in a car accident and not to drive certain days. And then I was like, oh, thanks for telling me. And one of those days I drove, and I got this eerie feeling, and I looked behind me, and there's this massive truck that didn't come to a stop. So I turned my vehicle last second, and it completely crushed me. And they said if I wouldn't have done that, I would have lost my legs.
Damn.
And I had like a massive concussion and everything. I went straight to the hospital. And I was like, whoa, she didn't tell me
I'm
that.
about to ask to join Duncan, Idaho on a scout mission to Arrakis tomorrow. I studied the Fremen language. I'd be an asset.
Out of the question. They'll travel in a few weeks to Arrakis like the rest of us.
I've been training my whole life.
Here on Caladan, we've ruled by air power and sea power. On Arrakis, we need to cultivate desert power.
Stay by the sea.
You're like, don't go.
Don't go to the desert. It's dry and hot.
If I'm not Dad, not what? The future of House Atreides.
Your grandfather said, a great man doesn't seek to lead. He's called to it.
Mm-hmm.
And if your answer is no, you'll still be the only thing I ever needed you to be. My son.
Imagine having a speech like that.
Yeah. Best dad award.
Don't stand with your back to the door. How many times do we have to tell you?
You can tell us you
It's nice.
Choose your blade.
I've had quite a day, Gurney. Give us a song instead. That's rude.
Whoa. What is that? What is that?
It's like a shield.
Come on.
Old man.
Spicy.
Guess it allows you to hit harder.
Yeah.
Guess I'm not in the mood today.
Mood? What's mood to do with it? You fight when the necessity arises, no matter the mood. Now fight!
Sometimes you just gotta go.
Yeah.
Eyes, you never met Harkonnens before. I have. They're not human, they're brutal. You have to be ready.
Bro, brutal. That household doesn't look very inviting.
No, not at all. I love the music, like, just kind of, it sounds so scary.
Lord Baron. Rabba. The last of our ships have left Arrakis. It's done.
The Emperor is a jealous man. A dangerous, jealous man.
What is it about the bald that makes you so scared of him? You know, like, bald guys, like, bald people make really great villains.
I don't know. Yeah, there's just something intimidating
Maybe
about...
it's like the confidence of like having no hair or something.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I give zero Fs. Zuck.
Yeah, maybe.
But when I see villains and they're bald, I'm like, ooh, you know they're hardcore. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is or why that's my mentality.
Defiance in the eyes, like his father. Leave us. You must do everything the mother of another tells you.
She already decided she doesn't like him.
Put your right hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Gom Java.
Oh.
Remove your hand from the box, and you die.
What's in the box?
Pain. No need to call the guards. Your mother stands behind that door. No one will get past her. Silence.
No fear.
Enough.
Ooh, that felt like an eternity.
You have more than one birthright, boy. Jessica?
He's okay, Jessica. You're fine.
Tell me about these dreams.
I had one tonight.
What did you see?
A girl on Arrakis.
Have you dreamt of her before? Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them?
Not exactly.
Goodbye, young human.
That's it?
I hope you live.
I hope you live.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're lucky he didn't die in that room. On Arrakis, we have done all we can for you. A path has been laid. Let's hope he doesn't squander.
Good luck.
She makes it seem like she had a choice of bearing a child. So she chose.
She can choose, yeah.
Wow.
Because they're a sisterhood, the Bene Gesserit, and they have a lot of, like, I guess, powers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one of the things is that they could forcibly produce a boy or a girl child.
That's so gnarly.
Yeah.
And she chose a boy.
Yeah, because traditionally,
it's women.
All of the training is for the women, not the men. Gotta love a bagpipe.
Yeah.
How are you, old friend?
My advance team has secured the city. We're still smoothing out a few rough spots.
I think this contraption is stunning.
It is. It reminds me of Dragonfly.
Yeah.
But it's like, I like it.
Wall protects the city from the weather and the worms.
And the worms.
The worms. What did you call them? The slugs. Before we watched the movie, Kristen's like, "Oh, is this the one with the sand slugs?" The sand slugs are here.
There's a spaceport, and that plume of dust there is the spice refinery. Our two most vulnerable points. I want you guarding them.
To shower, you scrub your ass with sand, my lord. That's what they say. Dave. Candidates for housekeeper, my lady.
So no Jacobsaward. Well, Dipper?
You know the ancient tongues.
I know that you have a weapon concealed in your bodies.
Do you know its meaning?
Oh.
It's a make.
When you have lived with prophecy for so long, the moment of revelation is a shock. Is that Al-Qaib, the mother and the son?
Dude, she's so strong.
Yeah.
Like, no fear, but like, ready.
Always ready.
Yeah.
Hello. You should be out here this hour of the day.
Yeah. You crazy. Do you see what he's wearing?
I don't know date palms could even be found out here.
These aren't indigenous. They can't survive without me. Each one of these drinks every day the equivalent of 5 men.
Wow.
Capable of reaching 400 meters in length. Sing the Sandwalk, a dance-like motion with irregular rhythm, which emulates the natural sounds of the desert.
Oh, this guy's smart.
The shepherd's tree has the deep 50 feet deep, parched, nutrient-poor landscape.
Ugh. You didn't even budge?
Ay, ay, ay.
It's a hunter-seeker. The operator must be nearby.
Hawking and agent was cemented into that hole 6 weeks ago. Ran the hunter-seeker through a water pipe inside the walls. Sire, I failed you today. There's no excuse. You have my resignation.
You would deprive us of your talents at this time.
Sire, my honor...
I don't give a damn about your honor. You want absolution? Go catch some spies.
This is a solid leader right there.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to get off that easy.
No.
Deprive us of your talents. I like that.
Allow them the dignity of exile.
House Harkonnen would never dream of violating the sanctity of your order. I give you my word. We will not harm them.
You believe him? Well, never mind. You see. Never mind. Don't answer that.
I'm not answering that. Do you believe him? That's the question.
No.
My lord, you gave your word to the witch. She sees too much.
I said I would not harm them, and I shall not. But Arrakis is Arrakis. My desert.
Oh, what?
My Arrakis.
What is he?
My Dune.
He is the sand slug.
No, he's not, is he?
No.
Oh.
He's just like slug-like.
These are spice silos. We're meant to fill every crate.
Damn.
Hold on.
Every 25 standard days.
I want to see these harvesting fields myself. Have this judge of the change accompany us, and we'll get a bit of imperial protection.
A hostage. He's here, my lord.
That was quick. Momoa? Is that you?
No.
No?
Oh, it is him, yeah. I thought they were talking about Liet Kynes. I'm like, that's not Liet Kynes. You're like, I can recognize Momoa.
Hey, he's from
everything.
He's from the islands, man. Us islanders stick together.
Stilgar, the leader of that siege, has come with me to meet you, sire.
This siege, how was it hidden?
It's underground. Arrakis is filled with caverns.
How big was the place?
I'd say 10,000 people, and there are hundreds of sieges. The Fremen watched me search for them for days. I never saw them. Finally, they sent a warrior out to kill me, and I gotta tell you, I've never come so close to dying. There's no finer fighter in the Imperium. They fight like demons.
Desert power.
Mm-hmm. Your leader has a knife he won't surrender, sire.
It's a Chris knife. It's sacred to his people.
Let him pass.
Stop there. Hey! Hey!
Tell me what to do.
Stilgar, welcome. Sir, I respect the personal dignity of any man that respects mine.
Ew.
Thank you, Stilgar, for the gift of your body's moisture.
That is just foul.
Name what you want. If it's in my power to grant, I'll give it and ask for nothing.
I ask for this. Do not seek our sieges. Do not trespass in our lands. The desert was ours long before you came. So come and dig your spice. But when you have it, go back to this side of the shield wall and leave the desert to the Fremen.
Your sieges will be yours forever, and you will never be hunted while I govern here.
That's very honorable. I must go. That's all I have to say to you.
Won't you stay? We would honor you.
She.
Recognize you.
Judge of the change, sire. Dr. Liet Kynes.
My Lord Duke. A still suit is a high-efficiency filtration system. Even this early in the morning, you wouldn't survive 2 hours without one of these. Worn a still suit before?
No, this is my first time.
Your desert boots are fitted slip fashion at the ankles. Who taught you to do that?
It seemed the right way. Are you Fremen?
I am accepted in both siege and village.
He understood.
Yeah.
Come and see the spice sands.
Gosh, yeah, this is I'm obsessed with all the different languages that are getting thrown into her. I feel like it's like so home to my brain.
It feels like so real. Like it's like a world, you know, like these people
It's
just
so
know all
beautiful.
these languages and they're all different cultures and everything.
But it's like powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful.
You see these spotter aircraft looking for worm sign.
Worm sign?
A sand wave moving toward the crawler. Worms travel deep, but get closer to the surface when they attack.
Is that a worm?
Maybe you're gonna get to see one this time.
Where? Oh.
Worm sign north and east of you, 3.7 kilometers.
Delta Ajax Snyder, this is Spotter 1. Worm sign confirmed.
So what are they gonna do? Kill it?
So what happens now?
They'll call a carryall to lift the crawler.
Oh.
They'll harvest right up to the last minute.
Calling carryall Alpha Zero.
Yeah, it's like an everyday occurrence.
Initiating docking sequence. Prepare to be airborne.
I think you guys moving too slow.
Brace yourselves.
But maybe, I don't know. No more than me. Oh no.
How many men on that crawler?
Crew of 21.
Our ships can take 6 each.
It's still 3 short.
We'll find a way.
Wow. No man left behind. Woo! Let's go.
What a nice leader.
Yeah.
Seriously, like
you get a real sense of the guy he is.
Yeah.
He's like, human life is more important than the profit.
Get back on the flight or the plane.
Yeah.
Come on, bye-bye.
Come on, everybody.
Need goggles. Shit. Paul, come on, man.
I recognize your footsteps, old man.
Dude, you gotta like Come on. You're putting people at risk.
Oh.
Go, 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 go! All right, we survived. We're good, we good. Now yeah, your son. I'm just kidding.
Bless the maker and his water. Bless the coming and going of him. May his passage cleanse the world and keep the world for his people.
Oh no, that looks like a butthole swallowed it up. Phew. Doesn't that look like a butthole?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Oh my gosh.
Atreides legions are the finest in the Imperium. Three battalions. As agreed.
The eye thing with him is freaky.
Have a good night, Master Paul.
Scared me.
I don't know, man. Move quicker. Oh, oh,
oh! No. He's a traitor?
Sir.
Shut up!
Sir.
Man, I just gave you all that praise, bro.
I know. Atreides! Let's go.
Wow.
I love them.
They look so cool.
Yeah. Damn, they've got shields on there. There's so many of them.
This is so, like, these guys are playing so dirty. They're like, it's not even fair.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm so upset with how dirty they're playing.
Yeah.
I had no choice. The Harkonnens have my wife, Mona. Will kill a man for me. I'm going to replace your back tooth. If you bite them hard, this tooth will crash. But if you choose your moment well, it will also be the Baron's.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, I get you're trying to give him like a painless death, but
Well, either way, like, he would die, right? So it's like, how do you want to go out? They would know. They're cold truth sayers. They'd know.
God, she's cool, man. She's like so damn cool.
Yeah.
It's because y'all got no hair. My boy's got all of it. Dude.
I love him.
Let's go, Jason. We should be calling you by your real name, though. Like in the film. Not
Duncan. Duncan,
you know
Idaho.
What I meant. What did he say?
Remove her gag.
Oh.
Because they know she has the voice.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But they don't know he does.
He does, yeah. Because the boys boys don't get him.
Exactly.
Give me the knife.
Ooh. Dude, your mom is a badass. This is why you gotta practice, boy. You gotta be that powerful. Now you understand why it's so important.
Yeah.
Was too forced.
Your pitch was too forced.
Get better.
Not. You did good.
Yeah. No.
Or good enough. That was you did a shit job.
She's
And what's wrong with
technically
you?
Tiger Mom.
Yeah.
We're here for it.
She's right. She's right.
What do you want?
I jam their comms and lower their shields. I deliver the Duke and his family.
The bargain to the letter. And what was I to do for you?
Deliver my wife from her agony.
What makes you think the people that are that evil are going to honor their word?
Yeah.
I said I'd set her free. That you could join her. So join her. Your son is dead. Your concubine is dead. Tonight the House of Atreides falls.
Oh.
And your bloodline ends forever.
What? You're that scared of him?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Well, damn, you didn't even need to get them that close.
It's not safe for you here.
Will you tell the great houses of the Landsrat how we were betrayed? How the best of them were murdered?
I am commanded to say nothing.
The Emperor sent us here to die.
Yep. Gnarly.
Ugh.
Oh my god. Like a disgusting creature. Nice.
We could control the sand slugs.
Yeah.
Things.
Sandworms.
Worms. We could just destroy everything.
Yeah.
It's coming. I see a holy war spreading across the universe like unquenchable fire. A warrior religion that waves the Atreides banner in my father's name. Fanatical legions worshipping at the shrine of my father's skull. A war in my name! Everyone shouting my name!
Paul. You are your father's son. You are my son. You are the Duke. Paul Atreides. You know who you are. You know who you are.
Get off me!
Whoa.
Whoa.
You did this to me! You Bene Gesserit made me a freak!
Made me a freak. Tell me how you really feel. I think you're kind of cool, but...
Yeah. Oh, little desert mouse. So cute.
Whoa.
My lady. Paul. I'm so sorry. Your father.
We know.
My Lord Duke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you bear witness? Testify that the Emperor has moved against us here.
If they believe me, there would be general warfare between the great houses and the Emperor. Chaos across the Imperium.
And suppose I presented the Emperor with an alternative to chaos. And the Emperor has no sons, and his daughters are yet to marry.
You'd make a play for the throne. The Emperor feared the Atreides. He brought you here to kill you. What don't you understand? You're a lost boy hiding in a hole in the ground.
For now.
Yeah.
Dude, we're having a powwow. We don't have time for this. Oh, they knew. Okay, good.
They don't survive in the desert by being stupid.
Facts. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh!
Yeah. Don't you know by now we hide in the sand? You know, in the desert? Like,
Yeah.
you'd think by now they would well,
they don't know.
I guess they've never seen it.
Yeah, they're from the Emperor's private thing.
Jar Jar! No! Duncan! No! Duncan, no!
Oh, yeah, because he saw the dream there.
Yeah.
Come on, Duncan. You can change the prophecy. Nope. I lied.
Dang, it went all the way through.
That storm out there is your best shot. About 5,000 meters, it's mostly dust. Climb into it, stay on top, head south.
Where are you going?
You're not coming with us. It only seats 2. I'll go to the next station and report this attack to the Landsrat.
How?
I'm Fremen.
Haha.
The desert's my home.
Yeah. She's got her ways.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Because, like, I'm confident. You guys need this.
Yeah, you guys don't even know how to survive in the desert. Good luck.
Yeah.
I've helped you
You're
as much as I
ocean
can.
people.
Yeah.
Like me. I am an ocean person.
Yeah.
I am not a desert girl. Oh, she's calling it.
Mm-hmm.
This girl. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, she's going to ride it? No. Catch it? No. I have no idea. What was that? Oh.
Damn.
Okay, that just pissed me off.
So all her
That's all the
water
water.
just popped
Yeah.
out.
I serve only one master. His name is Shai Halud.
Get it?
Yeah.
Shai Halud!
Is that the worm?
Go with God.
Ah, she went too, though.
Yep.
Man.
Above 5,000. Let's go.
The technology in this is like too high tech for me.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
They can't. The storm is hiding them.
The mystery of life isn't a problem to solve, but a reality to experience. A process that cannot be understood by stopping it. We must move with the flow of the process.
Nothing survives such a storm. They're dead. It's a certainty.
So it's done, finally. Sent word to Katie Prime to begin selling our spice reserves. You have no idea how much it cost me to bring such a force to bear here. No, I only have one requirement. Income. So squeeze, Rabbit. Squeeze hard.
Yes, Uncle. And the vermin.
Kill them all.
Yuck.
As soon as we land, run for the rocks.
I can see greenery over there. There.
That means Fremen live there. We'll cross after dark. We're about to enter worm territory. We can't walk like regular humans. If we do, we're dead.
There we go.
We'll have to walk like the Fremen do. It's called a sandwalk. Follow me. Do the same moves.
Oh, frick that. For how long you gotta go and do that? Oh my god. My legs would be just thrashed. God, I love them. They're so damn cool.
Do not run. You will only waste your body's water.
Boy is young. He can't learn our ways. He may have sanctuary, but the woman isn't trained.
Dang.
And too old to learn.
Rude. Super rude. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeesh.
Ooh! Mama can't learn what?
Excuse me, can you say that again? Louder, please.
Is this like a little game?
Why didn't you say you were a weirding woman and a fighter?
Our conversation ran short.
Yeah, you didn't ask, so.
Motherfuckers!
Dimalagashos. Vanadbelili hiyak.
What a great scene. What a great scene. I can watch it again.
Johnny, take charge of the newcomers. See that they are safe on the journey. Go.
I will not have them. She bested you. I invoke the Untold.
You may not challenge a Sayadina.
Then who will fight in her name?
Don't. The night is fading.
Then the sun will witness this death. Where is her champion? I accept her champion.
I don't believe you're the Lisan al-Gaib. But I want you to die with honor. It's made from a tooth of Shai-Hulud, the great sandworm.
I thought it was going to be given by his mom. What?
Yeah.
I'm nervous. But I'm not. Because this guy is supposed to be your protector later.
Well, you weren't expecting that, were you?
Fashi. The boy doesn't know our rule.
What?
There's no yielding under the Amtal rule. Only death is the test.
You have to kill.
Oh, no.
There can be only one survivor, and he just insulted him by not killing him.
Oh.
Rise.
He got him?
Yep.
I thought we were supposed to have this guy on our side. Is he not the one from the vision?
He is the one from the vision.
You're one of us now. A life for a life. Come with us to Sitstava.
Paul needs to get off world. You must have ways. You have smugglers. You have ships.
No.
You have...
The Emperor sent us to this place. And my father came, not for spice, not for the riches, but for the strength of your people. My road leads into the desert.
Oh, you just became a leader, boy.
You can see it. If you'll have us, we will come.
Yeah.
Damn. Powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful scene.
There.
That's cool. What? That's how we're gonna end it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Can you imagine how I felt when this ended? And it was like, wait, how long do we have to wait until part 2? But part 2's here, so you don't have to wait that long.
Oh, good.
So,
but what? I'm invested. That did not feel like it was 2 hours and 30 something minutes.
No, I mean, yeah, it's incredible because there's so much world building that's going on, but it's so immersive. But anyway, I've seen it, so like they know what I feel. So how did you feel about it?
Oh, I think this is the coolest thing that has hit the market in some time. Every single thing in this film was very like thought out.
Yes.
Every little detail. They did not cheap out on anything.
Yeah.
Even the slightest little detail, they threw it in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like this is gorgeous. This is fascinating. And it's interesting because at one point I was like, is this going to be like Star Wars or something like that? Like I haven't seen Star Wars. I've seen like parts of it. And when I was little, I went to the theater and fell asleep. But, you know, You do what you do. And a lot of you will hate me for that, but whatever. And I was like, is this like a Star Wars thing? Or, you know, because it's kind of like outer spacey, spacious, but then it's not at the same time. The storyline is so damn cool. I love that they put so many different cultures out there, and you have these two characters that are so freaking smart, right? And they know all these different languages that the average person doesn't. But the sign, if this does not make you want to learn sign language, I don't know what will. Honestly, like I've seen a lot of films with sign language and you're like, yeah, it's cool they threw it in there. This one, I'm like, yo, I gotta know today. No, I needed to know like 10 years ago because I used to sign and I'm like, okay, I gotta get back on that because, and then I need to teach my people, like whoever I'm with, so that I can be like,
just have like full-on conversations.
Yeah, you could just look at him. But the fact that I love the scene where she's having the conversation with the lady who gives her the tooth sword from the slug, the worm. And she's sitting there, she's having a conversation and having a whole nother one with her hand. That is just genius.
Yeah.
Dude, the way every single thing they did in this film was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was done so well, but also you're like, man, you're so smart. Oh, you're taking this to a whole nother level of creativity, but also I love that they're using the brain to like the max.
Yeah.
Because it gives you so much stimulation, even in the most subtle like scenes. And normally I hate films that are like really slow. I loved every single portion where I'm like, you could slow this thing down even more for me and I would still enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I would, because it's like, it's all about the detail.
Yeah, there's so much going on. And I think the world is just so inviting that you're like, yeah, please hold on to this image of like the desert or space or whatever it is that we're looking at. And also like Denis Villeneuve, the director, he really allows the moments to breathe.
Yeah.
And then you're just watching the reactions of the different characters as they're like going back and forth. And like you said, everything is just so subtle, whether it's like the hand, the signing, or like
so good.
The communication with the eyes that they're doing, the looks and all of that.
Even like the buildings, everything, the suits, like I'm amazed by the detail. It's so beautifully done, but not that. Like I feel like it's so fresh. I can't look away and I'm very drawn into it.
Okay, so I've watched this film many times now and I've watched the second one, and I will say going from watching the second one to watching this, there's stuff that I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't realize when I was watching part 2, there's so many motifs that come back again and again.
They do a lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah, and then it pays off. So maybe you'll see that when you finally watch part 2. But it's just so beautifully done. I get the sense that it feels connected, right? Because you said that once this finished, you're like, wait, what? That's the end?
Yeah.
Like, how can it be? Like,
I want more. I feel like I'm like, did I just get kicked out of the club?
Yeah.
Because I felt like I'm like on this insane journey where I felt like I'm like literally following and I'm exhausted too with them. But at the same time, I'm like, I just lost them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what just happened?
But so basically part 1 is a lot of just setting up, right? So they do a really good job of setting up the world. You understand like who the people are, what the conflict is. You know that the Emperor sent them there to die. You understand that the Harkonnen are like brutal and just awful people.
Yeah, but you know what I also like about it? It's not predictable on how they, like you like in the sense of, okay, you know danger's coming and you know like sometimes you're like, are you getting set up? But the manner and the play, like the moves they make is not predictable, which is nice.
Well,
and even what's to come out of their mouths is not anything that you just automatically
right.
You know, like it's like there's so much meaning to the art, to the dialogue, to the music, to every little like body, like the body language and movements. There's so much to it.
I mean, I think it's interesting that for the most part, that is all reserved for women, right? And when you think about throughout history, women have not often been able to take positions of power. And so here they are, this sisterhood who work in the shadows, who have spent thousands of years planning, who have bred, they have specifically bred people, like produced offspring, and the offspring have had offspring until it ended up with him. And it wasn't even supposed to be him, but there's like a certain sense of prophecy of like, there's a prophecy that he has to step into, whether that's like the Lisan al-Gaib for the Fremen, or whether it is the Kwisatz Haderach for the Bene Gesserit, like there's so much going on, and there's this sense where he's like, there's too much. Like, is it my choice or is it my destiny? And I find that just really interesting, and it's something that they explore more and more throughout. I mean,
yeah, I'm loving it. And I think the main character, he's giving me low-key vibes, like on the look-wise, and I'm like, you hot.
Yeah, no, he is, and he's so good.
He's really
so good. And it's so funny because like I literally just watched him in part 2, right? And then watching him in this, I'm like, oh my god, he was such a baby.
Oh, is he like more? Has he turned into a man?
Well, I mean, it's inevitable, right? Like, I don't know when they filmed this, but it's been many years, and so now he's definitely grown up. But in this one, it's like that was such good casting because you feel how vulnerable he is as like a young man. He's barely a man, and he's having to have all this responsibility just like thrown on him, and not only that, but like a whole prophecy and everything. Like
he's learning now as like it's interesting because he's been getting trained his entire life, but he never knew the full reasoning behind things. And I almost feel like sometimes like that keeps people pure and more humble, but at the same time it can go either way, right? You either have the people who are going to step up to the plate and be that humble, like, whoa, I don't want this kind of type of person, or it's going to be like you get filled with like anger and chaos or whatever, right? But I feel like that's a hard choice. Like it's a hard thing to do as a parent, because you also know bringing up a child already knowing this thing and being like, oh, you're so great, you're so great, you're so great. You become, you can create a little monster of ego and power. Yeah. And so it's interesting because, when you get older, you're going to get frustrated because you're like, why wouldn't you tell me this, dude? Like, this is intense. This is gnarly. Like, this is scary. And you're just telling me now? That's messed up. And so I can understand the frustration, but at the same time, I feel like there's that fine line of like keeping it as pure and as like good as possible. Yeah. So you don't taint your fruit.
Yeah. And I think as well, you pointed this out, but Rebecca Ferguson, who played Jessica, his mother, I thought she does a fantastic job in this role.
She is just fabulous. And I love, like, she's just naturally gorgeous, but she's a badass, man. She is the coolest. Like, honestly, she's one of my favorite characters in this film. And normally I feel like the mothers kind of get like, pushed to the side and you're like, oh, I like them, but then you kind of forget about them. No, she's holding her own and making her stance. Like she's just so strong in her character. Like I love how she's going through all the emotional damage, right? Yeah. And how she's terrified, but she keeps saying fear
is the mind killer.
Is the mind killer.
Yeah. I will not fear.
I will not fear. Fear is the mind killer, to keep her sharp and clear of with a clear vision. And I love that. But I also love how she has her moments that she allows herself to kind of break. And then she comes in the room and just demands your attention and goes, you know, and even though you can see, she's like, oh, I'm here for you. And she's like the mother of all mothers of, I will comfort you. I will be there. I will teach you. I am stern as well as I am kind.
Yeah. It's
and
kind of
that's
almost
hard.
And it's kind of like the archetype of the mother, right? Like I truly feel that mothers are some of the strongest people in the world. And I love that, she's given the opportunity to show us that she's also scared, that she's struggling, and it's terrifying for her, but she has to be strong, not just for herself, but for her son and everyone around her. And Rebecca Ferguson kills it.
Dude, she is like, I'm obsessed. I'm in love with her. I'm obsessed. I think she is the coolest character. And like, I feel like she just got on my roster to be like, I think she's like going to be up there with some of my like favorite female
actresses.
I think she's like, she just hit my top 3 right now.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And I love the scene where he's like, oh, she's weak, you know, like, and they got in the fight and she's just like, boom. To me, I was worried for her, but I knew she can like hold her own.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I feel like hearing him say those things about her hurt my feelings.
You're and like, I was like, no, not my girl.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, because you forget, she's so lovable, you sometimes forget how powerful she is. And in that moment, I had forgotten. I had completely forgotten because I feel like her son just took over to like protect her kind of.
Yeah.
And almost like mother her in some shape or form. And she actually backed down to allow him to become this man.
Right.
And to fend for both of them.
Right.
And I think because of that, I think a part of me forgot because we started seeing more of her feminine side and his masculine side of like, hey, I'm protecting you. And then by the time we got to that scene, it's like we almost forgotten that how powerful she is because you're also like, her son allowed her to be that feminine character.
Right.
And the moment she busted out, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
She was there all along.
Now you're, and then you're like, damn, you are so good. You're so clever. You're so wise. You're so, oh my gosh, like you're patient and you're a watcher and you're a listener. Whoo, girl, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
And you're emotional. You know, like you got another child inside of you and you're still so composed with poise. And then you're like, suck.
I mean, it's an awesome portrayal of the feminine, like of all the different
because even
facets
her,
of what you can be.
Even her movements, though, from the beginning, I see her as royalty. She's honestly, she's just royal, and she's so elegant, even in the way she fights. I don't think anybody could have done it as well as she has done it. I don't think I've ever seen somebody play a role like hers to that extent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like normally it's just like, it's very
It
like,
be.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Where I feel like hers is like,
yeah. She's definitely like a very, very interesting character.
She is.
What did you feel about Leto, the dad?
I think he was very loving, very kind. He was like this king who's just so wise and wants the good over everything else. I'm bummed out that we lost him so soon.
Yeah.
It's interesting because as strong as I felt he was so soft. Like the scene where the guy's like, oh, I'm retiring. He's like, no, you're not. I don't think so. You know, like he had so many moments that were so powerful and strong, but you couldn't help but go, why would you be my dad? He was like a husband and a father at the same time. And you could feel the strength in the husband, but you could feel the loyalty. He wasn't really, they weren't married, but
he loved her.
You
That's
still,
the thing.
yes, you still felt that presence of a true marriage. If that makes sense.
I mean,
even though they weren't married, I think that the way he ran to her, like when men, when they really love a woman, they are so vulnerable and they become so kind and soft. And so when he runs to her or even speaks to her, he spoke with her and asked, no, are you going, I'm not asking you as a mother if you're going to protect her son. I'm asking you as your
Bene Gesserit. Yeah.
Yes. I think that was a very powerful scene.
Yeah.
But even after that, he goes and lays into her lap. He's like, hey, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can't help but feel so comfortable and in love with that character.
Right.
And also just overall, because he's also very powerful and a badass, but he has morals.
But unfortunately, being an honorable man does not get you far
No, it
in
doesn't.
politics. You die. But for being a good man, you die.
I think the wife is a lot more harsh and a lot more like cutthroat than he is.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I didn't mind. There's parts of him that were kind of like, a little weak, but I feel like that kindness shows more strength than weakness.
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like a lot of people would take advantage, but he wasn't dumb. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
and he knew like, hey, I have no choice, but at the same time, all right, I know what's to come to a certain extent.
And I think like, especially now that you know what happens to him at the end, if you watch it again, which I'm sure you will, because most people like watch this movie more than once. This time round, I noticed, and even you picked up on it as well, when it came time for him right at the beginning to put his seal on the document, he paused.
Yeah.
Like he knew.
Didn't believe in it.
He knew that if that was his death sentence, but because he's a man of honor,
yes,
he had to do it anyway. And there were so many moments I felt in the movie where you get the sense that I know that this is my inevitable doom.
Yes.
But I have to keep doing the thing. I have to keep playing into this game, knowing full well that I die, but hopefully my wife and my son get to live.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
But I also think that speaks volumes to the moment where he was like, how many people are on there?
Yeah.
You know, I think that also because he's like, he knows the time's limited.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he's like, I'm going to save as much as I can and do as much good as I can while I still am here. You know, I mean, even like, and it's interesting because even when he was going to sleep, he didn't take the pills, right? He was like, not like that. This cast is insane. Not one weak link in this film. Not in the music.
Yeah.
Not in the graphics. Not in the art, like any of the set design or wardrobe or directing or dialogue or storyline. There's no, you guys tighten this up real good. You're like, go ahead, critique me. I got none.
Well, this is based on the novel Dune, which is also like a whole series of novels. So
I want to go and read that.
Yeah.
Like I will read that.
Yeah,
That's
for
how
sure.
intrigued I am.
I'm going to start. I haven't started yet because this is
I'm gonna
so
order
long.
it tonight.
But yeah, I love the world. I love just like the intrigue, the politics, all of the little details of just everything. And I can keep returning to this film time and time again.
I can definitely watch this again. I would watch it like probably several times
tonight.
I might, honestly. I might go home and watch it again tonight. So, because I've heard of this.
Okay.
Right? And I happened to stumble upon a clip about it with the big guy where they showed this big guy and it was like about the makeup and I got caught into it because I was like, ooh, cool makeup, but I didn't know like what it was for. I just knew that they were doing some makeup for whatever and they're doing the process. So apparently that guy, all his junk is put on.
It's prosthetic.
Yes, and it's like super heavy. And so I guess like I watched that and they said it was like really intense. He said it's like the most intense makeup.
I think I had read or heard somewhere that actually Stellan Skarsgård asked Denis Villeneuve, the director, if he could just make him as like gross as possible. And I think he truly succeeded because every time the Baron is on the screen, it's just like
it's gross.
He just reeks of like gluttony. And I think that also like thematically lends really well into the story because like the Harkonnen are really greedy. They're and even just in general, like the Empire and how they're here on the planet and they had the choice. It was like, oh, they had the tech to bring water back to the planet and build more like greenery and life, but because they found the spice, they're like, screw that, we're just gonna harvest as much spice as possible instead of helping these people have a better life on their planet.
I love that they chose spice to be the main reason for the war. Because that's like in history, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing. But I love that they threw it into like the sand in the desert, you know? And it's like in history, how many times do we go to war because of oil, spices, food, you know, all these things.
Yeah,
like riches, like all these exotic things, or it just makes so much sense. But then you also look at this desert and you're like, dude, this is full of it. Like,
yeah,
come on, really, you're that greedy? But then you're like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's like because you're sitting there, you're like, look how much you have. Are you serious? Even if you sat there and you created this water source thing for everybody, you still have plenty of spices to go around. But because, especially in politics, you know, everybody's so damn greedy and corrupt. It's like, I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe all of it. Like, it's so real.
It's so relatable. It's so relevant. You're talking about people coming in, taking resources. You've got colonialism. I love how they talk about like religion because he's talking about like he has this vision of this religious war that is about to happen. Yeah. And, you know, like you get hear the inklings of like, is he the Messiah?
Yeah.
Is he the one? And he's like, I don't know I am. And it's like, how much of that is manipulation?
Yes.
How much of that is actually true?
So this is what kind of tripped me out. It was really quick, really brief, but it stood out to me still, even though it was that quick. When they had the people upside down with their arms and legs crossed upside down as their blood dripped down into the pile. And they put the blood on the top of their head. It reminded me of like the Catholics and stuff, you know, when they do the Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, Ash Wednesday, yeah.
And but also I was like, oh my gosh, that's also kind of like God dying on the cross a little bit, except for you're upside down and now you're on this wall, but you're allowing all the blood to like,
which is also kind of like Satan too. Yes.
See, you get it. You see me? And I was like, how interesting. Because like you said, they were going into like the whole religion thing. And I'm like, that's so dark.
Yeah.
You know, but, and it's interesting because like that part really stood out to me and got engraved into my mind. Especially when they started doing that, I was like,
because it feels religious. Like even the way that the guy was standing there and he's like chanting and whatnot, it felt like he was almost like blessing them before they go into battle or something. But it seems wrong, but just the way they're going about it.
But I felt like there's like a few different religions that I could sit there and like kind of be like, ooh, it's kind of like this religion, that religion, this religion, and so it's kind of cool to see that they've picked a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little of this, and put it into this one idea that just expands worldwide.
Right, yeah. And it's like there are definitely things where you could go, oh, that definitely feels like Islam, or that feels like maybe Christianity or something like that. But it's not too like...
It's not too like
apparent.
Yes.
Or too much that you're like, oh, they're definitely talking about this. It's like, no, this is just inspiration that we're drawing from to create this world that feels really lived in.
I love all the inspiration that's coming into play with it. I think this is a brilliant film. This is my favorite film of the year. And I know we're still early, but
your favorite film of the year from 2021, but don't worry.
Oh, is that when it came out?
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll get
You had to wait that long for number 2? Yo, I'm so glad I didn't watch this in 2021. Okay, well, I'm going to say this is my favorite film for last year too, even though I'm just watching it now. That sucks.
I know. Can you imagine?
I didn't even realize this only came out I only like heard about this recently. That's why I asked you, hey, can I watch this? And blah, blah, blah. I heard good things. But that sucks.
Yeah, don't worry. You won't have to wait as long for part 2.
And I think I kind of like the fact that I like my streak of like waiting till everything comes out.
Then you don't have to wait
as long.
You don't have to wait.
I would be so irritated if I had to wait for this one.
Anyway,
it's good.
It's great, you guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reaction, the discussion, the review. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you next time. I'm Achara Kirk. This is
Kristen Ciao.
Bye.